Welcome back to the Rockies, everybody, on MLB The Show 21. Year 2 continues, and we are closing in on the end of the season. We're over 100 games into the year. Looks like it's going to be a much better season for the Rockies. And as we wrap up this year, we are going to focus a lot more on the minor league teams and some of the players that were drafted last year and players who could be close to making their big league debuts. I've had majority of the draft class be playing at single A this year to see how the development would go, and as your feedback suggested, it's not a ton, like +2 or 3 across the board for most ratings, so I have moved a lot of players to AA and a few players up to AAA, including Touki Toussaint, who has really played well at AA all season long, as you would hope. Now, one player I thought could be close to making his debut soon is Zach Veen, and he struggled at AAA. He struggled at AA. His ratings are going negative this year, so I'm having him play single A to close the year. It's just not his season. We have just a couple of months to finish this season out, and I'd like to know what players you'd like to focus on the most. This gameplay is from the channel member stream I did over the weekend. And when I have these live stream games in here, we don't have the gameplay audio. I saw some feedback on that last episode. I think I know how to fix that now so that when I am streaming, I can still get the gameplay here with audio and not my live commentary there. So we're getting into a matchup against the Texas Rangers. Jon Gray has been mostly good this year, but he gets into a bit of a jam here in the first. Couple base runners on, got a little bit unlucky on that second hit, but he comes back to strike out Joey Gallo. 2 down, runners at the corners, Nate Lowe. This one misses outside, a long first inning for Jon Gray. And the 3-2 misses outside, loading the bases. Anderson Tejada got a chance to break the game open here. He falls behind 0-2. And then Jon Gray gets him to chase a curveball that really wasn't a competitive pitch. He just missed, and he still went after it. So, not a great first inning for Jon Gray, but he gets the 0. We're up against Zach Logue in this one. I'm not very familiar with him, but he's a lefty with a sky-high ERA. Raimel Tapia down the line, and that's a fair ball into the right field corner, and Tapia leads off the Rockies half with a double. Again, we've changed up the lineup now, so the only way Javi Baez hits in the first inning is if somebody gets on base. We're trying to get more base runners so that when we have our power at the plate, those home runs can count for a bit more. Deep left field, Baez hits number 20, 419 feet. First Rocky to 20 home runs this season. I imagine he's going to be the only one unless somebody gets hot to close the year. Adam Duvall, he starts against lefties, driven deep down the line in left field, and 2.5 feet outside the foul pole. Count runs full. Duvall hits one on the ground and beats the shift the other way, so he reaches. Ryan McMahon trying to turn his season around, and not a great swing, better than most of the bunts I try to lay down, but Rockies go up 2-0 in the first. On to the second inning. Here's a drive. This to deep left center field, and that's getting down. Thankfully, it's a ground rule double. You're cheering for those in this ballpark because there are so many triples if they stay in. Now, Zach Logue, the pitcher, having to hit. Full count against Jon Gray, and he just can't locate well enough. Fastball just off the outside. Another rough inning for Jon Gray. 1 down, and back to the top of the order. It's a line drive hit at Baez for out number 2. And then Sherton Apostle, who did really well against us when we met him earlier this season, he grounds out. So again, not a great inning for Jon Gray, but he somehow gets a 0. We go on to the fourth. The third inning for him was actually a pretty simple one, and this one lands just in front of Tapia. Thought he'd have enough time to get underneath it. Jonah Heim, 3-1. He goes the other way into left field, and again, the Rangers have 2 aboard. trying to get something against John Gray. Lazaro Armentos, left field. Not hit all that deep. It's out number 1. Then Zach Lowe comes out to lay down a bunt. Not trying to get greedy here, just taking the easy play to first. 2 in scoring position, Jacob Martin. Fastball top of the zone. And then John Gray with the 0-1 leaves a curveball up, and Martin looks at it for strike 2. Gray comes back. The 1-2 pitch is really good. Gets a weak hit over to Baez. Inning over. Another 0 somehow for John Gray. He just finds a way. Now, I want to take you into my live commentary. It'll probably go 5 innings today. Let me warm somebody up, though, because if the bases are loaded for his spot here in this inning, I think he's getting pulled. Just in case, right? Well, we get into the 4th inning, and it starts off with Adam Duvall getting ahead 3-0, and that one misses low. So Duvall gets the walk. Then it's Josh Fuentes 2-1. That misses outside, ahead in the count once again. Back-to-back walks for Colorado, a mound visit for Texas, but they do not make a move yet. It seemed to work as Lowe got ahead of Elias Diaz, who then turned on the slider, hit it foul. 1-2 to Diaz. Ooh, that's a good pitch, but it's called inside. 2-2. Another one low. 2 walks already, full count Elias Diaz. Right over the middle, line drive, right field, and sure enough, I prepared for the remote chance of us loading the bases for John Gray's spot, and like I said, I had somebody warmed up so I could pinch hit and try to get some runs. Out comes Garrett Hampson with the bases juiced. Wasting no time, going after the fastball, it's hit to center field. And we are looking to tag on that. Duvall headed home, and he scores easily. So at least we get 1 run out of that decision. And then Raimel Tapia a bit in front of this one. It's a high fly to right, and the inning is over. So only 4 innings for John Gray. 3 of them didn't go great, but he got 0s. He's just the guy who goes out and gets innings. It's not always pretty. It rarely is, honestly. But Robert Stevenson comes out of the bullpen. He strikes out Sherton Apostle. I went with Stevenson over long relief Austin Gomber because I didn't want him to have to face Nick Solak, who hits .380 against lefties. But he hits righties pretty well, too. To right center field, that one's down. It stays in. And here in Coors Field, that is going to be a triple. Joey Gallo up. Wouldn't matter if it's Gomber or anybody else. He can drive the ball against anybody. And he goes to left center field. The Rangers get on the board. 3-1. That's back-to-back triples. I really just needed a good inning here from Stevenson. It's off to a rough start. Here's Nate Lowe going after the fastball up. Nice 3-2 pitch. Stevenson's been kind of a boomer bust pitcher for us. He does have pretty good stuff. 3 strikeouts and 2 triples in this inning. Quite the roller coaster ride. So a 2-run game as we go bottom 5. And here's a drive from Adam Duvall. He crushes lefties well. Deep left center. This one stays in. Still a 3-1 ball game. As we move ahead, I did then bring in Austin Gomber. The plan was for him to pitch 2 innings. And here's another drive to right center field. Not the best speed here for Jonah Heim, so it's just a double. Bubba Thompson comes off the bench for Texas. There's a nice curveball from Gomber. He gets ahead, and then eventually the count runs full, and he misses outside. 2 on, 1 down, go-ahead run at the plate, Jason Martin. And the fastball is on the outside corner. 1-1 from Austin Gomber. And the fastball's up for strike 2. Looking for a big second out, and Gomber comes back with the slider. Much better at bat for him. He's been pretty tough against lefties. And then it's Sherton Apostle 0 for 3 on the day. And he looks at a fastball up, doesn't like the call, but it's been an inconsistent strike zone all day long. And almost all the calls have gone our way. Bottom 6, there's a drive from Ryan McMahon. Deep center field, that one is gone. 458 feet, number 12 on the season for Ryan McMahon. This one's just hit to dead center. Check out the trail on this home run. Pretty much a straight line from home plate to the batter's eye. And the Rockies are able to get that run back. We'll move forward now in this one. We have the top of the 7th. Gomber still out there facing Nick Solak. I was confident enough keeping him out there. Fastball, top of the zone at 94. The 0-1, did he go? Sure did. Gomber ahead 0-2 to Solak. And he pops him up. I'm not even sure why I kept him in the game, honestly. I think I just wanted to get 2 innings regardless, and it just so happened that Solak and Gallo were up this inning. But he gets both of them out on weak hits. And then Nate Lowe, that one misses outside. Gomber 2-2. On the outside corner, there's the fastball. Another close call that goes our way. Gomber puts up a couple zeros. We go bottom 7. Remember how Tapia started the game? Well, how about this beautiful hit down the left field line? And Tapia is able to get the double. His second to the ball game, and that's going to bring up Connor Joe. Ahead 2-0, and Joe gets one to drive right over the middle, left center, and hit well. It's a ground rule double. Connor Joe has just been outstanding this season. Big hits every episode. He's dominating in real life right now. I don't even play Diamond Dynasty, but the other day I was talking to one of my friends. He was telling me about his Diamond Dynasty team, and it got me to thinking about what the best Connor Joe card in the game was. So I get stubs playing franchise. I just went and bought the 94 overall card. I just want more Connor Joe. We go back to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Baez hits one deep. It will allow Joe to tag and score. 6-1 Colorado. Adam Duvall, 2 down. Now he's trying to go the other way. And this one's hit pretty well. Back at the track, and again it stays in. Duvall not catching a break here on these long fly balls. We go on to the 9th inning. Not a save situation. A 5-run lead here is Sir Anthony Dominguez. Little ground ball to third base, and it gets away from Fuentes, and Joe's not able to make the play on it. So it ends up being a 2-base error charged to Fuentes. And then Apostle with a drive, right center field, down again. Rangers love hitting it there, and it's a double that scores a run. Later, 1 down, runners at the corners. Here's a drive to left field. And that is deep enough to tag a 3rd run for the Rangers. Making things kind of interesting here in the 9th. Full count to Jonah Heim. Dominguez misses way outside. He wasn't very sharp in this outing. Wasn't able to locate as well as he usually does. And the error didn't help either. We bring in Scott Oberg. He gets the tapper back to him. And the game now over. Rockies win it 6-3. Nice game here for the team overall. Texas left a lot of base runners on in this game. I don't know how we put up some of these zeros. We got very lucky. And the strike zone definitely favored us today. Fun game though. Always have fun when I play games in this series. Even though this season's pretty much done for us, I don't mind grinding out a few of these. But I do want to focus a lot on some of these other prospects. And we've talked a lot about David Geronimo, but not much about everybody else. Our 2nd round pick last year was Mickey Littlefield, and now he's years away from making it to the bigs. A lot of these ratings here are extremely low. 99 velocity, 97 break, but 32 hit per 9, 34 K per 9. The ratings don't even make sense to me, but we're going to focus a bit on him today. Another higher potential player from this class was Floyd Brooks. They both have 87 potential. Brooks, good in the field, great speed, contact in the mid-40s, I think, in a couple of years. You're probably talking about him making his debut if the progression goes kind of as expected. But I did want to focus a bit on the pitchers this time around. Mickey Littlefield making his first Double-A start. Had a couple chances to play in the bullpen before this, but wanted a nice outing here, a longer one, to get to see what he's all about. Only a 3-pitch mix. He throws a fastball in the high 90s, and he throws a slider and a changeup. Usually with 3 pitches, you're maybe thinking about a guy being more of a bullpen pitcher, and that's possible and not even disappointing if it ends up being the case. But here's the third batter he faces. That's Robinson Cano. He's got over 2,600 major league hits, and now he's playing at Double-A for the Mets. He flies out to right center field. We go to the second inning. Nice slider, getting the chase. Really nice play, too, by the second baseman. Here's an 0-1 to Davy Gruyan. Fastball clocked at 98. Swing and a miss. Comes back inside and gets the check swing call for his first strikeout of the day. Now, I know he only has 34 K per 9, but my early impressions with his fastball and some of the movement on these pitches is that we're not going to have much trouble getting that rating a lot higher. I expect him to get some strikeouts, but they also seem to hit the ball pretty hard against him. He only has 32 hit per 9. Some of these hit really well. Now, here's an at-bat against Adrian Hernandez. Everything Littlefield throws here is a competitive pitch, but none of them get a swing. Ends up walking Hernandez, putting 2 on for Robinson Cano. First pitch to Cano. There's a slider. It missed over the plate, and Cano off the top of the fence. A 3-run homer. Why does Littlefield have to face Robinson Cano in this game? I'm just trying to show what he can do. But it's a 3-run homer. And now we'll see how he can bounce back from that. 1-2 to Jeremy Vasquez. Nice fastball on the outside corner. That gets a swinging strike 3. Fourth inning. Pitch count in a pretty good spot too, as the slider gets the call at the knees. His control is only a 49 right now, but it felt better than that pitching with him. There weren't a lot of deep counts. And for what it's worth, there weren't a lot of foul balls either. A lot of swinging strikes, but then also some really well-hit contact as well. This game had a really fast pace of play because his misses didn't miss by much. And again, the at-bats were just pretty short overall. He gets Cano to ground out this time, then a changeup on the outside. Really good job of hitting the corners in this start. And then the slider just under the glove at first base. That ends up being a double to the right field corner. But Littlefield with a chance to get a quality start, trying to make it through the 6th. This one's popped up, and the catcher initially goes after it, says, "No, I don't want it," and then it falls in fair. It hits Littlefield. The ball hits him, and then the catcher comes over. I'm not sure if they're talking about not catching the ball or the ball hitting him. Manager checking on Littlefield, and then he comes out of the game. I don't think it was due to him actually being hurt or anything. It didn't say that. I think it's because there were 2 on base in the 6th inning. So that brings out David Valentine, another pitcher I drafted in that first draft class. A drive to right field and down. That one is going to load the bases. Binghamton down 2, a chance to flip this game. And it's grounded over to first base. I probably had a play home there. but didn't make the right read on it. Got the safe out. Binghamton scores a run, and then Valentine ends the inning. The batter here, I think he might be trying to get tossed. You have Valentine excited. So much emotion here in the 6th inning. I love it. Here's Floyd Brooks. He hasn't played much at AA, but he will the rest of the season. And here I got confused because I wasn't paying the best attention, and the batter's eye I thought was the strike zone. That's really confusing. But then a swing and a miss on the fastball. Brooks falls behind. Good curveball, low and away, strike 3. Top of the 7th, here is Michael Toglia. He's a really intriguing prospect, especially in real life. Only see potential here in game, but might still have a big league future for us. Gets a base hit to center. Jacob Pearson gets jammed and drops it in the perfect spot in shallow left field. That's back-to-back singles. 2 on here for the Yard Goats. A drive from Jose Gomez, left field, hit well. And trying to tag on this, moving up to third base. Just ahead of the throw. Probably not the best idea to take that chance and risk having the last out at third. The inning now up to Luis Collado, and he hits it on the ground right at short. Inning over. Hartford cannot add a run. So we take it into the 7th, where this 0-2 breaking ball misses over the plate. It's down the left field line. 2 in scoring position here for the Rumble Ponies of Binghamton. And a drive to right field's going to bring him home. And the Rumble Ponies take the lead 6-5. We would go into the 9th, same score, 6-5. Michael Toglia trying to get us something late, and he strikes out to close it. Still, it's a lot of fun to get some games played here with the minor league teams, and let me know if you'd want to follow the playoff runs at all. I imagine they're both going to have runs we could follow, and it's about the only playoff action I think you're going to see in this series anytime soon. Although we are closing in on our year 1 win total of 53. I think we're going to get there. Just a matter of how much we can raise the bar going into our 3rd season. I really wanted to see 70 wins this year. I'm not sure that's likely. I'm thinking it's going to be like a 10-game improvement, maybe 63 wins. Overall, the offense is cooling off a bit. Connor Joe, Charlie Blackmon, both now on cold streaks. That's not fun. Hopefully they can turn it around. But overall, the team has not really been what I thought they would be this season. The hitting has progressed slower than I expected, and the pitching, I think, took like 2 years of progress and crammed them into just this season, which is really impressive. But it's like, if the hitting were anywhere near our projections, then this would be a much more interesting team. Elijah Diori, he's continued a fantastic season at AAA. I really hope that can raise his potential at the end of the year. That would be awesome, and he's been our most impressive hitter there. There are a lot of pitchers with pretty good ERAs as well. Not really sure yet who I want to try calling up soon, but I'm sure there's going to be a move. I don't think it'll be Touki Toussaint. Still going to remain patient with him. I'd like to pitch with him in spring training next year, though. And down at AA, Adale Amador, he's one player I'd love to get some player lock games with. Well, let me know who you think seems interesting for some player lock games the rest of the year, and maybe we can do those player lock or the playoff games and see some players that way. But here are where we rank in a few categories. 30th in on-base percentage. Really want to find ways to make that better next season. Feel like we're wasting what's been a really solid pitching year for the Rockies that I wasn't expecting. But that is it for today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the action. I'll have much more coming your way soon. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.